Hey everybody, and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program RP-0. This is the Twitch recap from last week, where I promise you this is the absolute last time we will be trying to land a fully crewed installation on the surface of Mars. As you can see, I've changed pretty much all of it, made it CLS compliant, at least for the lab and the habitat module, done many hours of balancing work to make sure it was even, and of course, changed out the engines. We are now using Agena engines, the XLR 81, 80, 84, I think is what they are, just to be sure. But they give us like double the thrust, single asterisk, like I mentioned before. A lot of time spent balancing, since this thing is so entirely asymmetrical, and reconfiguring the parachutes to do exactly, hopefully, what I need them to do. I did do an off-camera test of this. I just want to make sure it is a repeatable experiment. That is the core dilemma here, and then figuring out the rest of the way to get this thing out to Mars, captured into Mars orbit, and onto the surface. But anyway, we're going to run this simulation, so I will turn you over to old me. All right, we are in orbit of Mars. Awesome. So first step, arm shoots. We're going to leave landing prep for later. Asterisk toggle to arm, RCS and stability control to arm. And, power level check. That would be good. Extend. We figured out that 2 of these panels on their own weren't going to do it, so now we're up to 4. Oh yeah, how much does it weigh? 268 tons fully fueled. I think we can get the actual launch weight down to about 100 tons. No, I did not undown. Oh, yes, I did undowngrade. It is at full tech currently. So the tracking station is fully upgraded. Should be working great, we hope. So we're just going to go this way for the time being. I guess we can also arm the Astris engines. Oop, did I unarm them? There we go. I already armed them. Asteroid mission height. Don't you? Yes, we are charging. Oh, we are supercharging. That is awesome. And we're not even, yeah, these can't even be fully exposed. .94, .93. That one's not even in the sun and we're charging. So 3 panels is good enough. That is excellent. We have a disposable panel. All right, let's get around to retrograde. Should, quote, should. Yes, there's a lot of shoulds in this space program. We should have killed a lot more Kerbals by now. A little bit of failing in that regard. Yes, it's called Boris proofing. EVA mistakes. With persistent rotation, asteroids are spinning now. Oh, that's terrible. And also makes me very glad I do not have persistent rotation. Ignition on the Astris engines. Let's go ahead and bring our periapsis down. Okay, or just, you know, float right past the retrograde vector. That's cool. It's all good, man. Whatever works for you. Something goes wrong. Blame Boris. Always, always blame Boris. I know, spinning asteroids would be terrible. I guess I really wondered why. I guess the other 3 RSS career mode people haven't done asteroid missions. Or really, I don't think I've ever seen an asteroid mission on YouTube in RSS. If I'm mistaken, and I hope I am, somebody please copy a link. I would, excuse me, I would love to see that. Would win 27 Astris engines or 1 small spinny rocky boy. Alright, periapsis. We're going to shut down about 70-something kilometers. Is that what you're reminding me of there, Edleric? I hope so. I do not have persistent rotation, and I have never had persistent rotation because I am a cheating cheater who cheats and likes to use the warp feature to stop things from spinning. Yeah, pretty much. I thought about it. I was like, It was on like the extended list of mods. It was probably one of the first ones that I was willing to cut when I was like, well, we need to get the RAM usage way down. I would die if I was being forced to use persistent rotation. Or really, a lot of Kerbals would die if I was forced to use persistent rotation. It's not a mod, it's a feature. Oh no, Wookie. Oh, did I tell you guys that Veos caused my check engine light to go on? And all I did was go to his stream, and then left work, and guess what happened? I give Veos a lot of crap on that, but man, if he ruins this, he won't ruin it. Veos is probably one of the coolest guys ever. It's just a really fun joke. Yeah, stock KSP does teach you to really take advantage of that it stops rotation-y things, which is awesome. And yeah, and I abuse that system so much. It's kind of sad. Yeah, well, okay, we're landing at night. Maybe I should have checked the map view, but I know, and it's happened to not just me, but it's happened to Cat Blue Flame also. So I feel somewhat vindicated. Okay, and atmosphere, and there's our first. These are drag chutes, inspired by a post that was directed to me through Reddit. We are actually. We need to rotate. So these are configured to deploy exactly at 125 kilometer, which is right when we hit Atmo. And they're going to stay with us the whole way, and they don't do much of anything here. I don't know if configuring them for drag versus drogue matters a whole lot, but they do slow us a bit. Like, this is the best, I guess, mistake by the programmers. I know, 124 kilometer altitude parachute deployment. There's literally no atmosphere. I mean, that little 1/10 of a bar is all we get. Yes, that is ambient light adjustment, which is the only reason we can see stuff right now. It could be a giant ballet. I mean, the SKS likes dancing. Why shouldn't the Mars base? Yeah, I mean, implying that it's a balut, I think is fair. With them being Kevlar, they certainly weigh a whole hell of a lot. I guess we need to go around another 90. Yeah, ambient is running. I can probably kick it up a bit. That better? It just, it looks real weird. The atmosphere is not doing its super shiny thing. Oh, I guess we're in the nighttime side, so of course not. But yeah, daylight side, if you're above 100 kilometers on Mars, it looks like you're staring into the sun, and it's god-awful. That's kind of the plan, but really, the more work you can do with Aero anything, the less work the engines have to do, although with the Agena engines, they do so much more work. And there's full deploy. You'll notice we actually, we should start slowing down momentarily. We're not going to for a while, but here they are. We're going to see if we can put this on the dirt, and I thought we'd go work on the moon taxi. I just really wanted to show you all of you that we could actually put this ridiculous monstrosity down on the surface. Yes, the kawaii Tremonia taxi. And so our rate of acceleration greatly slowed, which is awesome. We're not picking up speed nearly at the rate that we were, but we can go ahead and jump to about 80 kilometers. I think our next parachute deployment is at 70-ish. So at 80 kilometers, we're going to fire up all the engines. A Gina toggle. All engines active. And I mean, we got 3,500 meters per second. Even fighting gravity, I think we could do this as an all-engine landing if we wanted to. It's just, it sucks because none of them throttle. Which is hopefully something our new engine's going to solve. I mean, that's the idea anyway. Alright, I should probably watch altitude. But got my Mission Belgian style wheat. Which, man, where are the Germans? Something like this usually pisses off all the Germans. It is quite tasty. Theos Incorporated, you think? I mean, sure, why wouldn't he? What's with the Germans? I'm drinking a Belgian beer. Usually I prefer a good German Weiss beer. Or a German beer. I'm drinking a Belgian beer today. Yeah, you can tell which side we're off balance by even just the slightest little bit. But the thrusters seem to hold it okay. I mean, other than this spin, but really the parachute should help take care of that. Polaner. I don't think I've had a Polaner. I say they suggest to me beers sometimes that I have absolutely no way of getting because they just don't import them. Or they're real small breweries, which is awful. Because I would love to try them, but I guess I'm gonna have to like go to Germany someday. Whoa, that's a little bit of a an excessive wobble there. All right, 4 more kilometers. We can fire up the engines and try to put this thing down. So let's bring it out of time warp. Officially not orbital, so you can tell we were actually creating drag this high because it has adjusted our heading by that much. So I just want to keep the lab side down because that's where all the chutes are, and that will make our angle be like this, which is good. Generate some lift or something. All fruit jellies. Oh yeah, Polaner all fruit. Oh, my parents used to get that all the time when I was a kid. Veos, how's it going? I'm very glad you're here. Honest to goodness, I am. Cloche? Oh man, we have a brewery here called Schlafly Bottle Works that makes a cloche that I thought was okay. But I'm, a silly American, so that's how it goes. In before shoot snap. Theos, we're all very happy you're here. It's been a while since it's been a week since we blew anything up. Alright, 80 kilometers in 3, 2, 1. Ignition. All the ignitions, none of the frames. And now we just keep them lit for a good long while. And hope this all works out. Fingers crossed, everybody. What are you referring to there, Wookie? I'm not here to judge anybody. Just to be clear. Yo, you haven't even seen thick rope yet. Wait until one of the ones that's not a triple shoot deploys. I think they're curled up around these beams. Somehow magically, I don't know. It is magic, it has to be. Look at how thick that rope is versus the casing. The whole thing fits in this little slot. It makes no sense. Nope, wrong way. Let's rotate this way, please. Rotate this way, please. Alright, already down to 2.9 kilometers per second. And we've got a decent 1.46 thrust-weight ratio, which I think is the best we've had so far. You named yourself Zarlak. Little Crash, I hope she's sleeping. She got her shots today, so she's been super cranky. So, all thanks to Lady Crash for taking care of her today and making sure that I could get this live stream in, despite wailing infants. She's a saint, that one. Zarlak. It's so close to Zardoz, which is probably the most epic cosplay I've ever seen anyone do. Dude totally owned it. Alright, oh, we are going up. Oops. We're gonna get up to 91 kilometers. Wailing in fence. How's it going, Ash? There was a Wookiee was telling me that the ELE isn't quite ready, but I think I got this. This is my first public run with the Aeginas. I've only done this one other time with the Aegina engines, and it worked. So I just want to make sure it'll work again. I am Zarlak, Master of Flamington. I would pay upwards of $1.50 to have seen that. And so I think the version of the ELE that I have in the game right now, Ash, is the original that you posted to the Discord a while ago. Well, I mean, I totally can use the beta version, but I wasn't sure if the scaling was going to change, which of course will affect the design here at the bottom end. If that's the case, I wanted to wait. But if not, then when this test is done, well, when this test is done, we're going to work on the taxi, but I'm totally going to need to redo the thrust plate version and make one with the ELE and compare the performance of the two. I have no doubt that the frame rate will be better using maybe 4 engines instead of, what are we using? Like 7, 18? Alright, we're heading back down again. 2.7, I should probably have the chute layout up here. These drag chutes are just absolutely magic. We are slowing down while descending at 80 km. It's a freaking miracle. I don't know if we're quite to the point where our other chutes will deploy safely, so we're going to go ahead and light these engines again. Let's see if we can't stay into retrograde. don't want to generate too much more lift. I just want to slow the hell down. Around the size of an LR-87 LH2 until Wookiee makes it more realistically sized. Is a realistically sized bigger or smaller? A new config file for real plume that needs to be included. Oh man, that's a whole lot of fun, I can tell you. Alright, come on, how about we aim to retrograde so that we can land this dumb thing? I made no changes since last time, and I actually had absolutely zero problem holding retrograde with the first run. I don't know why this is being so incredibly difficult. Realistically sized is slightly larger. Okay. Eek. That's going to require some interesting things to be done to stuff. Please don't generate too much lift. I would like to just go down, please. I only have 15 ignitions on these Aeginas, which now I guess I have 13. Okay. A 1.55 or 1.6 millimeter bow. Yeah, there was a whole lot more damn the chute snap, and that was the big problem. Had I ever thought that deploying your parachutes at 125 kilometers altitude was a viable approach for anything, I would have been doing that from the get-go. I probably wouldn't have crashed onto Mars 15 times before actually landing anything, had I known this could be a thing. Alright, we should be coming up on our second lot of chutes, provided we don't start gaining altitude again. I'll say the engine sizing needs to be, I don't know, I guess like real world correct. I don't want to use what people will consider a cheater engine. So whatever size it needs to be to generate that kind of power is what size it needs to be. Let me worry about incorporating it into the design. Just worry about getting the details correct. That's what has to happen. Because, yeah, I don't want to be accused of cheating, I guess, is the thing. I've tried to be upfront about all of the ways in which I cheat in this game, which are numerous. Including a custom part. It has to be, I don't know, I guess, believable. Alright, all chutes are caution. We are down to almost 2 kilometers per second, 73 kilometers altitude, and falling. This looks so much better than the last time we did any of this. We're actually going to prepare to shut down the Astris engines. We'll bring them back later, don't worry. But really, we need to save their fuel for the thrusters. Astris disarm. Up to a 1.74 thrust to weight ratio. Exactly, Wookiee. Alright, and after the second round of chute deployments, we're actually going to go through and shut down a couple of sets of these Aeginas. We can activate them again if we need the ignitions. But, I mean, this is already slower than a few times that we've hit the dirt in other simulations. Just to give you an idea of scope of how well this is going today. .5 kilometers per second. Lots of chutes in the green. Oh, hey, look, they deployed. Aren't they cute? So, there's going to be so many parachutes. So ungodly unrealistic, the number of parachutes. Positing a torus-shaped landing craft with a LiDAR that uses a centrally mounted SRB in the donut hole. It does a precisely timed suicide burn, then releases the SRB out of the donut like a mortar. That would be neat. I would pay good money to see it. Alright, 1.3, we're going to get ourselves down to about 1.2, and then we're going to shut down. We're still at 66 kilometers actual. And we'll go for 1.2. Still 1250 left on our engines here. Alright, shutting down. How are we looking on speed? Still decelerating. That's what I'd like to see. Alright, we're going to let it just pancake out for a while. Whew. Figure the mortaring the SRB is easy than nuke-style thrust termination. Also, does the SRB release and go above the spacecraft, or are you, like, spending the whole SRB and then jettisoning it below? Because I was going to wonder, like, aren't you going to be landing then on busted SRB debris? Alright, the ELE's 327-second ISP seems reasonable for hypergolic pump-fed engine. Proposed hypergolic pump-fed engines with ISPs up to 340. Okay. Yeah, and it's 180 Atmo 320 vacuum. Okay, yeah, shooting it out the top makes way more sense. Oh, thanks, Veos. I'll say you're... knock on wood. You showed up and absolutely nothing failed. The curse might be lifted. That is a pretty cool idea, Wookie. And there's some more chute deployments. They are holding, as they should. We're right around 1 kilometer per second. We're well within the tolerable range for Kevlar chutes. A sky crane without the cables. I just wonder what kind of package you could design for a Mars mission that accommodates a donut shape. I don't know, like a rover that kind of is like, it's jointed like a snake, so it like uncurls itself to go rovering. I know, I've so wanted tordial tanks. They would be so incredibly useful. Alright, reaching full deploy on many of our parachutes. Look at that speed. It's so reasonable. 500 meters per second. Yeah. Oh yeah, Wookie, these are the cables I wanted to show you. Where do they put that cable? Looking pretty shape agnostic. I'll say that the ability to build around something with a hollow core would... you could find so many uses for that in KSP. Actually, I think we're chutes all the way down until touchdown at this point. And we still have a whole row of parachutes to go. Those are all our low altitude, our 10-kilometer deployment chutes. Those are bridge suspension cables. Yes. Well, they are holding up 200, well, it was 268 tons. It's probably right around 100, 150 tons right now. Still got most of its fuel left. Oh, I forgot the lights. I'll never be able to find it in the dark. Oh. Landing gear. Bags full of CO2. Oh, did we just snap a chute? We did just snap a chute. How the hell did we snap a chute? We're at 140 meters per second. What parachute snaps at this speed? A raccoon? Series of tutorial stages. I'm totally going to have to check out that link here in a bit. Alright. Any of the rest of our parachutes going to snap off, or everything is pretty much green across the board? We're just in the miracle land where cables never tangle. Maybe your wool chute won't change. So yeah, raccoon is a balloon which lifts a rocket to altitude. Oh, yes, yes. Get really high up on a balloon and then launch the rocket from that, so you avoid most of the atmosphere entirely. Man, we could totally scale this down a whole lot. The miracle of high altitude drag chutes. I mean, it literally is a miracle. I don't think this is legit. But look at that. All of our parachutes have deployed. We're at 10 kilometers altitude. We actually, I think we have another set, the emergency set. Yeah. That's going to go at super low altitude. We're fine. This mission is going to work. I was able to do it twice. More chutes. Oh, 9 kilometers. We have another set that goes at 5. I'm not sure. We could actually start cutting parachutes, maybe? Meh. Carbon reinforced mylar, maybe? I kind of wish it was daytime, because... No, I don't. Balutes, all the way down. Better don't cut it. I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna start cutting chutes, but it's just like, it's so many cables. There's no way this would ever be a thing, but I don't know, I guess that's why we don't have chute landings planned for Mars. It's all propulsive capture and landing. And we're still decelerating. 5 kilometers left on the board, well, 5.7. Yes, cut them. Veos. Veos, are you just a little mad your curse didn't work today? There's still time, buddy. Something still might fail. I kind of wish it did, because I would like to see the spread on these parachutes. They'd be like the whole top 180 degrees around the spacecraft would just be wall-to-wall parachutes. Yeah, it looks like we've actually budgeted way too much as far as fuel. Although we have a resident engineer who could repack the parachutes, and maybe we could hit a second landing site. That's just dumb. Alright, 2 kilometers, 43 meters per second. We could try to time it, but man, we got so many ignitions left. We'll probably fire up at about 1 kilometer just to see. Crash light. Parachutes. Parachutes everywhere. can't see, but I'm like waving my arm in the Buzz Lightyear mannerism. It looks really cool when I do it, trust me. Yeah, okay, that's a lie. So the impact tolerance on these bags is like 80 meters per second. We could probably just slam it into the ground. And I'm sure Alice might not die. Although it probably wouldn't go well. I wonder if this is a hill. That would have been a good question to ask a while ago, but I guess we're going to have to put up with it. Alright, 1 kilometer. Mark ignition. Alright, took us 700 meters to slow down to an acceptable, or it took us 300 meters to slow down to an acceptable touchdown speed. Let's keep that in mind. The crew called them Tim and Tom. I wonder if that's the Venture Brothers reference. Alright. 350 ignition. Come on, stay at retrograde, please. 200 meters. 150. 130. 100. $60. Going up 60 meters. Come on. Ignition. Ouch! Boink. Oh, don't you dare flip over. Come on. Well, that's new and exciting. Huh. That also did not happen last test run. Are we moving too fast? Yeah, we're sliding. Well, we have a fix for that. Eject. Quality ejection there, KSP. Can we lock? Uh-oh. Show GUI. Why we have 2 winches here? Okay. I don't want to mess with that. I just wanted to... eject the anchor. I mean, it's at the full 50 meters. It should be anchoring by now. Our anchor is not anchoring and our chutes are not cutting. We'll just do this manually. Cut. 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 Oh, this is going to take forever. I can't even be happy that... What are you... Why are we speeding up? The slipperiest... Anchor is doing absolutely no anchoring. It's literally just being dragged along the ground. Goodbye, GUI. Okay, now the auto cut. I guess we had to get below 0.5 meter per second. Hey, look at that. We landed. Everything is fine. The drag chutes were slowing you down. Ah, that seems weird. Here we are, still sliding. Let's see if this doesn't fix it. Bounce. Still 0.2 meters per second. That's a successful base. Yes, sir. And look, these didn't even have to be strutted. Lucy? No, the poop is actually still intact. Or inside? Whatever. We're on the ground. Look at this. Jaws music. I know, the stupid thing stupidly worked. And it's so stupid. But it worked. I mean, it dances. Hold on, let's reinflate the bags and see if that causes us to slide. Yeah, look at that. We pick up speed. Rolly bags. Anchor does nothing. Need it for ballast. I mean, seriously, how bad does your anchor have to be where it just tumbles? It's a hover base. It does float on bags of air. Alright, brakes are set. Well, let me bring back up my... I clicked out of KSP. That was dumb. Rover control. Rover loaders. Get them somewhat down. Let's deploy this one first. Decouple. Ka-tunk. See you later, rover guy. We'll come back for you, rover, I promise. Decouple. Ka-tunk. Maybe his brakes will stop us. Alright, rover's down and away. Alright, wheels out. Yes, this is a test. I mean, India. Might be worth including 3 landing legs to stop the sliding. They get better traction than the airbags of the engines. Fair. Oh, there's going to be like a 16-minute delay on releasing the brakes. Great. They deploy. We tested them. They work. See ya, suckers. Rover looks like a doggo. This one? This one doesn't look very doggo-ish. Although it is a Marzi hot rod. Why did that... Is it sitting on a hill or is the gate just off? No, it's fine. Everything is fine. This is fine. Alright, let's turn the bags off before we hit a full meter per second down our mystery hill. It's so weird, man. It's so weird. Froggo face. Yeah, EVA Kerbal for manual control. That one's empty. I should have put 4 Kerbals in for accurate anything, really. But yeah, we should probably test our ladders also. Oh, yep. Everybody has to faceplant once. I guess it's harder to move around when your base is moving. And from here, yes, we can get into that one. And that really means we can get into both. But I included another ladder on the lab itself. That should work. Alright, extend. Grab. Descend the ladder. Good. That hits the surface nicely. That might be too low for our automated rover thingy. And you can sprint on Mars, which is awesome. It's not weird. Everything is normal. Normal! Does it look like that wheel is not touching the ground, or is that just me? Oh, that decoupler stayed attached. That might be a problem. Board. Nope, turns out not a problem. We are good to go. Mars drift. Excellent. Did the base stop now that we switched away from it? Oh. Uh-oh. Sorry, Bill. Totally forgot to turn on the supplies here in the simulation. Oh, dang it. There's the base. I'm like, oh god, where did the base go? Bill's dead, honey. Bill's dead. Yeah, the base stopped moving. That is excellent. Alright, now, unfortunately, we do not have a command and control seat on this thing. Actually, while we're... Nope, and there goes the base again. Let's make sure we don't kill another one. Oh, you know what, though? It's probably just going to be quicker to wait for the signal delay. And maybe it'll stop sliding if we go to time warp. Wonder if white noise beepers would work on Mars. He did make it to Mars. He got to die on Mars and not even on impact. Let's be... Oh, no connection. Son of a bitch. Alright, one thing I do definitely want to test while we're here is that I did not put the resupply hubs too low. Oh, Alice is not an engineer. She's a pilot. She can't even do anything. We killed the one guy who could. Son of a... Damn it. But hey, successful test. Yay! I'll say I actually have external seats. I forgot which container they're in, but they're in one of these. I have 3 containers on this. As well as some spare wheels, a spare winch. There's a command seat as it slowly slides away, but Alice can't do anything with any of it because she's not an engineer. Oh, hold on. I just had an idea. Let's grind the rover loader bars into the dirt. Maybe that will stop us. Hey, we're stopped! Actually, well, and we're spinning. Because that one's not in the dirt, but the other one is. But hey, it worked! Where are you out? Oh, jeez. Still sliding away from poor Alice there. I know. Like, pull Bill's useless, passed out ass out of the simulator, and let's get in a Kerbal here who can do work. But we can test that on Earth for next to nothing. I mean, comparatively, anyway. Yeah, only in KSP do you absolutely have to be an engineer to use a wrench. I don't know. I could kind of understand it, because it implies that you're hooking up wires and plumbing or something. So, you know, like, it's a thing, I guess. Alright, Gina toggle. Oh, that's right. I shut half of them down manually, so they're all going to do the dumb thing. Let's just go ahead and kill all the fuel. Excellent. And kill all the fuel here. Excellent. And then we're just going to open up 2 tanks and see if we can get liftoff. If we can get liftoff, I'm fairly certain we can get to orbit. Oh, you know what? Let's see what she's got in total. I think that's life support. Yeah. Okay, let's unlock that. Make sure we're not killing anyone else today. Good night, all. 2 o'clock in the morning in Germany. See you tomorrow. See you later, Alaric. Thanks for coming by. This spire here is actually a science thing. Run Atmo analysis from Mars's Midlands. We've already got it. Of course we do. Why wouldn't we? That just makes too much sense. Why did I lock the life support in here? That makes very, very little sense to me. I'm just going to do this manually to make sure I don't mess up. This KIS, KAS has explosives. You consider blowing off the engines once you land. Mars, the happiest place on Earth. It does have explosives, but I don't think we need them. You can actually just remove the engines, which I guess was my plan. I brought a control core in one of these. There's a crate over here. Where did it go? Where did my other crate go? Oh, there it is. I had to shift it back under here for weight balance. That's right. One of these crates has a control core in it. So basically we're going to pull all the engines off, attach them to a core. And so it's going to be like this kilometer-long line of engines. And then we range safety the core and take them all out. And that'll reduce part count by almost like 20. Now, we have 5 active engines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent. RCS to arm. Why are you trying to do anything? RCS. Okay. Throttle up. Decouple. Now we'll turn SAS back on and lift off. Sweet. We're going places. That worked. I mean, not quite the thrust-to-weight ratio I guess I'd like to see out of this thing, but redesigning the ascent stage now basically means redoing the entire lab because it's so precariously balanced. Reusable Mars taxi even remotely in the cards. I mean, with these high-altitude parachutes taking so much of the weight off the need for engines, it could very well be a thing. We're going to have to definitely test some more stuff to see how all the stuff does the stuff. But I think it could absolutely be a thing. Especially with this new engine. Unlimited ignition version. Whenever that comes out of the tech tree, it could be a cool thing, and it could very well make a single stage down refuel, single stage up very doable. And if it makes targeted landings doable, it makes it makes so many things so much easier. Alright, 5.4 kilometers per second. At this rate of speed, I don't know if that's actually gonna... Oh man, the frame rate just suddenly, very suddenly. Did we land in like a huge crater? Or is that just the perspective screwing with me? Yeah, no, not really. Guess, it's hard to tell. That could be a ridge. I know, and the fact that they put the range safety button anywhere near, yeah, like, analyze telemetry, range safety. Those buttons should be nowhere near each other. Like, opposite ends of the menu, maybe. I'll say, I do need to ask about your metric there, Ash, because as far as this space program is concerned, it's probably running 10 years ahead of the real world, I guess. As far as when we're getting access to technology. Range safety does not ask for a confirmation, it just blows stuff up. Alright, we're pretty much done here to VAB. And back now into the VAB, we will be making some very small changes to this Mars base to see if we can prevent the sliding thing, as well as experimenting with a few other random variables. We'll probably try out landing legs first, but that will probably wait for an off-camera simulation, as we have just experimented this thing absolutely to death, but it was good to actually get a solid run out of this thing and prove that it can work, and prove that maybe we need a little more robust ascent stage, which will throw the whole thing off. Absolutely. We did do some other things in the live stream, namely experiment a little bit with the qualifiers for a lunar taxi, but I think we're going to have to let those wait for later, as we do have a model being built already. So that's where we're going to end this one, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out. I really do appreciate it, and I will see all of you in the next one. So until then, see you later.